Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. It's time to start cutting back and pulling out some of our vegetables. First I'm going to harvest and then cut back our pepper plants and our tomatoes, and then any other plants like you see that there. We're going to be taking care of stuff like that today. So let's go ahead and get started. So you might be wondering if I'm going to overwinter any pepper plants, and that answer is no, only because they are fairly easy to start from seed. So I'll do that in late January, February time, and we'll have a good harvest just like I had this year. You don't have to overwinter your pepper plants, but if you want to, what you'd want to do is dig up most of that root ball, as much of it as you can. And then you want to cut off all of, cut the plant down. You want to give it a hard chop. You don't want to chop the stem. Actually, let me just show you. Okay, so let's say this has a root ball on it. Great. So to overwinter, we want to cut back most of this plant. So what I would do, cut that, and let's imagine this has a root ball. We'll want to plant this in fresh new soil and keep it, I would say, probably in a basement or a room that gets good decent light. You don't want this plant to be up and thriving throughout winter. You want to give it a rest period, unless you want to have it up and going and thriving. You can do that, but you'll want to give it the brightest light you can, or a grow light, and you'll want to be watering and fertilizing regularly. But if you want this plant to be a dormant plant until the next spring, then you'll want to keep it fairly dry. You want to give it minimal light and just keep an eye on it. So you're not going to be giving this a full water, soaking the soil, because you've cut off all of its foliage. Now, if you wanted to keep it like a house plant, then you would leave a good amount of foliage left, or keep all the foliage if you wanted to. But that's how you would bring it in. I hope that makes sense. Since I'm not bringing it in, it's kind of hard to explain, but that is the outline of what you would do. Okay, let's get back to removing these plants and harvesting our peppers. So I was trying to wait as long as possible, but I think it's time for Nasturtium mountain to come out. The leaves are, they got hit by frost a bit. They're not dead. So I want to give them to the chickens while there's still like life in the leaves. You don't want to give your chickens anything that's rotten. Anything that you wouldn't eat, you shouldn't give your chicken. So let's go ahead and take this nasturtium out. I'm sad to see it go, but I don't want to see it when it gets like wilted and the leaves turn black and all that kind of stuff. I'd rather give it to the chickens now where they can enjoy it and it can get like a second life. Nasturtium mountain is gone. It looks so empty and bare over here. I like it though. I like it being more open and clean again. Okay, let's keep working. Okay, so I have to end this video because I need to leave and go pick my kids up, but let's see how much we got done. So we took out all the tomatoes off of this trellis, and this is my veggie garden bed. It did really well this year. Like, this bed was so good, better than last year, and it did better than this bed, and I think it's a sun thing. But anyways, so we pulled the squash plants and pumpkin off of the trellis, pulled those out. We pulled out pepper plants. We pulled out Nasturtium mountain. And we got some good harvest. I will probably pull the rest of the peppers, which are here, after I go and get the kids, but I probably won't film it, but I'll show you guys. You'll see in the next video that this is all cleared out. I have a couple peppers in there. I will pull. What else did we do? We made a big mess, that's for sure. So we pulled out all the sweet potato vines. Oh, and I forgot to show you. Look at these. They made sweet potatoes. Now, I don't think that these are edible in any way, but because they're probably not grown, they're not grown for edibility, they're grown for their foliage. So I wouldn't eat these, but I'm gonna leave them in the ground and see if something comes back. There's some over there too. And we pulled out the peppers and old herbs like basil, green beans out of there, gone. And then in this bed up here, we pulled out some peppers, harvested some peppers. We pulled out the micro tomatoes that were on this back trellis here. And I think that's about it. The garden's looking emptier and emptier, which is sad, but I also like to see it clean and ready and fresh for the next year, which is exciting. Winter is the time that I go about planning and thinking about the following season, so it'll be exciting. You can see clear through now. We don't have the tomato trellis blocking any way, which is exciting. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this video. My garden beds are the metal ones. 2 in the back are Veggo. This U bed here is Vegega. Any of the products that I use, I always list everything for you in case you want it. Like most of my links, if you shop through them, you'll get a discount by using those links. What else do I need to tell you? I have so much more to do, so come back for another video. There'll be more stuff to get done in the garden. If you garden in where you get cold winters, frost, freeze, snow, ice, this is some of the stuff that you should also be doing in your garden. If you live in a warm area like Florida, then you're gonna garden totally different than me. But if you're here watching from those warmer states, welcome. Hi, we're happy to have you. I love having people in my garden and to kind of question the things that I'm doing and see if those things work for their garden as well. But all right, I'm talking too much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.